All right. Welcome to No Low Balls. We are your hosts. I'm JB.
I'm Holden.
And today we are at episode 9. We are almost at double digits,
I'm getting excited.
which is kind of crazy.
Just wait till you guys see what we do for episode 10.
Do we have something special planned? I think we do.
I think we do.
Yeah, it'll be fun. 10 and 11, I think. I
Yes.
keep getting threats that it's going to need to be a 2-part episode because it's going to be
Whoa.
so long.
I like that.
So that'll be fun.
We're throwing curveballs at the audience.
Part 1 and part 2.
Interviews, now 2-parters,
That's right.
docuseries.
But today we're back to just the two of us.
Yes.
Which is kind of fun.
Yes.
After the last couple episodes, which were great, and it's been a minute because it's actually been a couple weeks.
Yeah, you almost died.
I did almost die, so it's been a really shitty couple weeks.
Yeah.
I woke up to an abscess under a 15-year-old root canal.
Okay.
That I guess they left like some of the tools in the tooth.
Crazy.
Like it broke off in the tooth. Finally gets infected 15 years later and ended up going in for like emergency surgery. My face was like had a golf ball in it. Like it was like this big. Yeah, and so I'm in the pre-op, right? He's giving me the rundown. And apparently the infection was so close to the nerve that he was basically telling me there's like a 50-50 chance that I'm not going to have any feeling in this side of my face anymore.
Oh my God.
So he's like, I got to tell you, like, I'll do the best that I can, but it's close.
Now sign here.
Yeah. And my first thought was like, dude, I just started a fucking podcast. Like, I'm going to be like, hey, Holden, how was your week?
Welcome to the Low Balls.
Yeah, like the disabled like podcast dude. I had anxiety over this. All I care about. I'm like, my family, whatever. They've gotten enough out of me at this point. But
the viewers.
But the viewers,
that's how much we care about you guys.
Yeah, are going to get like one-sided face JB.
We're going to switch seats in the...
Yeah. Anyway, so that sucked.
Yeah.
Major pain. But the operation went good. Tooth came out. I get to go in like 3 or 4 months or
You
something.
got to ring the bell. No
What's ring the bell?
With the terminal cancer bell. When you beat cancer, but you know,
I don't think they have a bell for
at the
tooth
dentist
pulling.
at the mouth there.
The place in town here that does the oral surgery is called Surgical Arts.
Oh,
I'm like, I'm not so sure. I don't know how to feel about that.
you can
like,
get a BBL while you get your tooth ripped.
I just don't get it. Like they consider themselves like artists.
It is. There's a customer that I have who he's a oral surgeon, but I joke that he's a dentist, and he gets so mad.
So mad, yeah.
And so it 100% is. There is a tier list.
If I would have told the guy that did my surgery, if I would have called him a dentist, I think he would have purposely gotten rid of the nerve. He would have been like, fuck this guy. He's getting no face back.
Yeah, I had something similar, not as bad. I actually still had, still have 3 of my, oh my God, what are the
wisdom teeth?
Wisdom teeth, yep.
Okay. Yep.
So, December, so right before SHOT Show, or January, I guess, early January, I still had all 4 of my wisdom teeth. And all of a sudden, one day I was chewing on something and I felt like a crack.
Ouch.
And for the next like 3 days, just intense pain.
Unimaginable pain.
And I'm like, it'll go away.
That's what we always think.
And then I'm like, oh shit, I'm not going to be dealing with this at SHOT Show.
Yeah.
And so I just like went to some random dentist who wasn't my dentist.
Okay.
And I was just like, I need this one wisdom tooth pulled out. And they're like, well, we don't have time, to do the whole shebang, put you under.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't care. Just numb me. And they're like, are you serious?
Damn,
I'm like,
dude.
yeah, sure.
That's pretty tough.
Tough.
I'm impressed.
And so they pull me back there. They're like, you want your insurance? I'm like, no, I'm literally just going to pay you. Like, it was like such a funny, they were just like, are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm just going to pay cash. Like, it's $400 or whatever, So I go back there. The guy, numbs the shit out of me. So same thing. This entire side of my face is all numb, and he's just wrenching on it. I mean, literally putting pliers, and he's bam, 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 hitting this, these tools in there.
Dude, it's making me hurt just hearing you talk about it.
And it's funny because he did a great job at numbing me, so I actually didn't feel anything. But the entire time, my head's just, he's grabbing my head, and I'm like, dude, it's funny to think about like you being asleep for that.
Yeah.
And they're just like putting their fucking foot on the side of your face, and I was like, can I keep it? But he had to break it all up, so he pulls it out. I mean, just blood everywhere. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. So Not as bad as yours, but I get it. Tooth stuff's not.
Dude, it
fun.
sounds way worse if you were awake for it. I have no tolerance for that. I'm like, put me out. I don't want to remember a thing. He asked me. He's like, I would recommend you not being awake for this procedure. And I just looked at him like he was an idiot. I'm like, is that even an option?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
You
man?
Barbarian.
Yeah. Apparently you and I went to very different procedures because mine was well more than $400.
Oh, yeah,
on a different planet, more expensive than that, unfortunately. Anyway, that sucked, but I'm still alive. Yes. How has your couple weeks been? I feel like it might have been a little bit more interesting than mine.
A little bit. Nothing crazy with work stuff, but I got to attend Gallenson's 110th anniversary, which is a crazy feat in our...
Is that real?
It's real.
110.
So they
is Mr. Gallenson the guy that started it? Okay.
So I don't know much about Gallenson's before Tim, the current owner, purchased it, but Tim used to work there under the original guy.
Interesting.
And I believe I could be wrong.
Say it's not the original guy, just the previous guy.
No, I'm pretty sure it was a family. It was a family that ran it. So as far as I'm aware, it started as a tailor shop in 1916.
Okay.
No, wait. That's not 100 years, is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Okay, sorry. I'm not good at math.
1926.
Yes.
Because we're in 2026 now.
1926. Yeah. Not very good with math. So it started as a tailor shop, turned into sporting goods, other things like that. They eventually got their FFL. So they are the oldest gun store in the United States.
Wait, hold up. An FFL was a thing in the 1920s?
Yes. So really? I don't know what the time frame on when they actually received the FFL. Okay. But they are the oldest FFL in the United States. And I got that confirmed at my ATF interview. Wow. Because I was talking to the lady and I was like, oh, I love Tim. Yeah. I was talking about Gallenson's and she's like, no bullshit. She's like, their number is the oldest one in existence right now.
Is it number one?
No.
Oh, yeah.
But a lot of guys will go out of business and things like that, right? So there could have been ones that started before him, but they went out of business. And honestly, it's, in my opinion, probably a better move to go to restart your FFLs every now and then, because you can kind of get away from the bad. Like if you've got like errors and other things like that, you turn all that stuff in once you're done, so you kind of can wash your hands of it.
What a badass fact.
Yes.
Not just that you know it, but also for them to be able to say that.
Oh, yeah.
I can't believe they don't have that plastered.
They definitely do.
Okay.
Not like crazy. I don't think it's a super known fact, but like they did a collab lower with Noveski.
Okay.
So it's the Iron Cross, and then in the little dead spots, there's G's, Gallenson's G's. And then where their model number usually is, it says oldest gun shop.
Wow.
And then they did them Bazooka Pink in Cerakote, which is Noveski's other color.
Yeah.
I don't think they did a ton of them. I think maybe 10 or 15 of the lowers, but they sold out.
So just to back up a bit, so they're doing this event in Salt Lake.
Yep.
From what I understand, this was not at Gallenson's. They rented out some building next to it or something?
No, they did. Yeah, so there's so Gallenson's has been there again for forever. Not the original location that they've been in, but they've been in this location for a very long time. Yeah. And then what's cool, and we kind of talked about this on Cole or with Cole last podcast, where Salt Lake's a more liberal city, so it's just there's so much more culture and art and things, right? So their next door neighbor is a company called Feist Gallery. Okay. So it's like a more of a streetwear type clothing store.
Sick.
So they do art, but they do clothes and they do shoes.
Okay.
I would say half their store is like shoes of different styles. So they're a very cool company. I've gone in there and shopped just with them normally.
Yeah.
But their owner's friends with Tim. And so Tim had his gun store. Obviously, he had booths in front of the gun store. So it was like a little block party, essentially.
Cool.
So he had, Flux Defense, Strategic Science, a couple different companies out front. And then Noveski took over the Feist Gallery with a company called Bad Moon. I don't know if you've heard of Bad Moon.
Press.
Yep. So Bad Moon Print Press, they're, an art collective type thing. They do a lot of graphic design stuff, a lot of art. He'll paint. He's a very cool. Yeah. Yes, a lot of clothing as well. So Noveski did a collab with Gallenson's and did these lowers. And then Noveski also released their NOVBAD. So Noveski and then Bad Moon.
Got it.
The NOVBAD rifle was a 12.5-inch 6-arc kind of little mini Mark 12. So it used the Ace stock, the
So
double star.
Mark 12 mod Holland, essentially.
Kind of, yep.
Okay. Going for the aesthetic vibe.
Essentially, yes. A Holland, but with a 12.5 inch 6-arc barrel.
Got it.
And then it had an AEM5 on it that was marked with a Noveske.
DDF barrel?
No, I think it was a standard.
Stainless.
Yeah, just the way that the collar system works, the DDFs will not. Yeah, won't work. They should figure that out, though.
I'll give them a tip. Long time ago, Spike's Tactical did one of the most badass builds ever. This is going way back in gun history here. When 300 Blackout first came out, Spike's Tactical did a gun called the Compressor.
Okay.
Super badass if you haven't seen it. Everything on it was just dimed. I mean, it was beautiful. The person to me that sort of like introduced 300 Blackout was Travis Haley.
Okay.
And Haley had this compressor build in that video. So the video that kind of like opened the world.
300 Blackout.
Yes. He was fucking lobbing subs out of a 9-inch barrel, 8.5-inch barrel at 700 yards and hitting the target. Anyway, so they did this build called the Compressor. Everything about it was amazing. The barrel was Lothar Walther is, I think is how you say it. Anyway, they're a big barrel manufacturer, beautiful barrels. They do all this crazy ass fluting. The production one, I actually have one of the prototype ones from the Compressor that was a standard fluting.
Oh, interesting.
But the actual production barrels were like a ribbed fluting. Gosh, who the heck is that? The rifle maker that makes that crazy French sniper rifle. Ian McCollum is going to be very disappointed.
The FR2.
Yes, but not the old one, not the wood one, the one that replaced it. It's got the same fluting. It's like a finned fluting where it looks like
interesting. No, I've not seen that.
Yeah, I'll show it to you afterwards. We'll put it up on the screen.
There you go.
Anyway, so it had that fluting in it. It had the gas tube was straight and it was copper, if I remember correctly, and it also had like a weird fluting or something on it. Anyway, the point that I'm getting to is the can was a reflex can, and this is back in the days when OpSync was like the only reflex cans out there.
Yeah.
So Spikes made a can called the Compressor, and they had two versions of it. They had a stubby and a long one. The stubby had a big diameter on it, so larger diameter. It was all dimpled. It looked cool as fuck.
Interesting.
And it reflexed onto the gas block.
Okay.
So the gas block had a collar machined into the gas block
taper
itself. Yes, the taper like machined into the gas block. That's what Noveske needs to do for the DDF barrels.
They definitely could, right? They just wouldn't flute the section between the muzzle and the gas block. And I believe
or they could, but just leave it's
oh,
like
no, you're right. Yeah,
the gas block like journal area was basically, instead of being, whatever, an inch, it was like an inch and a half. So like the barrel that I have, for example, it's fluted back and front, like in front of it and behind it. It's just that where the gas block sits, and then it's all one piece, which is super cool.
Yeah.
And the funny thing was, as far as I can tell in my non-scientific measurement, it was the same taper that OpSync was using.
Now that I think about it, it's because the DDF barrels are an inch. They're a 0.936.
Oh, they're bigger.
They're huge.
Than like 3/4 inch. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, they're a 0.936 gas journal.
Got it.
I believe.
So you'd really have to do.
We'd really have to figure something out. But
we
know the guys.
Yeah, they could.
They'll do anything for me. They love me.
Make it happen.
Anything. So yes, it was a very cool gun.
Yeah. How many did they do? Do you know?
I want to estimate between 30 and 50.
Okay.
I think the price was $3,500
all
for the
sold at the
rifle.
Event?
No, they only had 3 at the event. Okay. And I believe those 3 sold at the event. And then they just dropped the rest of them, I think, on Friday on Noveske's website.
Gotcha.
$3,500 with the AEM5. So I think it's a pretty good price point. I didn't think they were going to be that popular. Just being a 12.5 inch, like little 6-arc, like it's not a clone of anything or whatever, right? It's not really, I mean, again, I guess it draws on the Mod Holland a little bit.
Is this a custom version of the AEM5 board for?
Yeah, for a 6 mil.
For a 6 mil?
Yeah. Okay. Which Allen Engineering does. We've gotten some of the 6 mil ones.
And it was at the AEM5K or?
Nope, a full size AEM5.
Full length can short barrel.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay.
And, but I just checked today and Noveske sold them all. So I would say,
crazy.
I know. I would say 40 to 50 is what I think they made, which is awesome. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So again, it's just I feel like that clone adjacent market is just so underestimated.
Yeah.
Like it's just people love it so much, and so I didn't think they were going to sell that many, but boom, they sold
still
out.
managed
So
to do it.
it was a very cool, I guess the cooler part about it, obviously the rifle was very cool, but walking into like this very nice kind of art gallery vibe,
Yeah.
and it just being gun shirts and literal, there's firearms in there, and all of Bad Moon's stuff that they're making was cool as shit. It was such a cool crossover of like a streetwear and firearm culture.
Love it.
So they killed it. They knocked it out of the park.
I saw a lot of bitching about
There
it.
was a lot of bitching, which again, I don't understand why.
I don't get it either. And one of the things that I was chatting with my wife about it, who was the one that actually saw the negative comments on it, was, she essentially had the question of like, the people that are bitching about this, what exactly is it that they want?
Yes. Yeah.
Is it that they're frustrated that there is a company that's not doing like the Vortex, Daniel Defense, Bubba, Prepper?
They need more of that.
But don't we have enough of that?
It seriously is that. To me, I think hating on Noveski is like the cool kid thing right now. So, because if you look at the comments, all of them are just parroted comments.
But I don't understand what's cool about it because I don't understand what the alternative is.
I 100% agree with you.
Like,
it baffles me.
Yeah, if you say, so the same thing went viral on X this week where Corey from Subdef was going off about BCM.
Yes.
Saw the BCM kids on Reddit, of course, are pissed off and making hilarious comments like, oh God, this is the supreme of the gun world or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I don't get it. What is the alternative?
Yeah.
Like in their mind, what is the coolest thing? Is it BCM?
Yeah. I mean,
is it like hyper, like fake military, like, distressed stars on everything that's like
we the people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's funny because like this event with Noveski, it wasn't out of left field. Like I feel like Noveski has been doing very similar marketing, very similar things like that all the time.
Totally up their alley.
And it's not like, again, it's not like they had girls with their asses shaking at the gallery.
Yeah.
It was firearms.
Yeah.
So I just don't understand the hate on it.
Was the hate directed only at Noveski or was it also at Bad Moon and Gallenson's?
I think mainly Noveski.
Okay.
Bad Moon had some. I think someone called them somebody called Bad Moon an industry plant on there. And again, I'm like, what does that even mean?
That's bizarre.
Like, because Bad Moon, I believe the owner, Tyler, he's a Green Beret.
Yeah, he's from Fifth, if I remember.
Yes, he's like some badass dude.
Super nice. Got to meet him last time I was up in Salt Lake. He's a super nice guy.
Yeah, so it's just so funny. Like, to me, that guy is held as this hero in these other people's world.
Right.
But then they're pissed off that they did like the
company
gallery
he's working with.
Yeah, and so I think it's directed at Noveski, but it doesn't make any sense to me because, like you said, what's the alternative?
Yeah.
If you want to go pay attention to BCM, go pay attention to LMT, go pay attention to these other companies. Why are you shit talking on this cool event? And everyone there was so stoked. It was such a cool event. I had a family friend that I had not seen for 10 years, not even in the gun space. Her and her boyfriend just saw the party. They walked down. They come into Feist Gallery.
Yeah.
And they're looking around. They kind of talked to some people. They bought some of Bad Moon's merch. And then as they're leaving, I'm like, holy shit. So me and her are talking. And I'm like, oh, that's cool that you like knew this event was going on. Like, how'd you hear about it? And she's like, I had no idea. So it's like these people that aren't even in the gun industry thought it was so sick. So it's like a cool opportunity to bring people maybe that are into just streetwear into the gun space. Like, I think it was such a fun, different thing. I've never seen anybody pull it off to that extent.
Yeah. I don't understand, like, as a community or an industry, if people are making the effort to pull in adjacent hobbies, adjacent cultures, whether it's like streetwear, skate culture, BM, whatever, that seems like a positive thing.
Yes. Yeah.
And the gatekeeping by these, Reddit dorks or whatever, I just wish they could, we need to get one on here. Yeah. Because I want them to describe to me.
We should put out a casting call. Any mods for r/gun deals.
Yes. Or r/AR-15.
Please, you have.
I want them to describe what the ultimate gun culture is in their opinion. Like, there's this dude on YouTube. I won't mention his channel, but it's pretty funny. It's super high quality content, really good. He's in Utah. He does videography and stuff. But half his videos when he goes out to the range, we're talking like full kit multi-cam.
Yes.
And I mean, where it's like plate carrier, holster, belt, pants, shirt, combat shirt, field shirt over it, the boonie hat. Like,
yes,
there could not be more multicam on this guy.
Yeah. He's tried.
And
he's tried to put more.
Right. And but I'm sure his socks are multicam at this point. And I'm like, is this it? Like, is this what we're hoping the gun culture ends up as? Where like, to go out and have a day at the range, you got to kit up and look like this.
You got to put your cries on.
Yeah.
Your Solomons.
Because no hate to cry, but it just looks dorky as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to dress like that. God, I just want to go out and have a good time with a gun and not like.
And that's like, if you like read Tyler's Bad Moon's website, he like talks about that. He's like, I got like so many of these team guys are so sick of this ultra macho.
Yeah.
You know, we always got to be in our cries, to where now they're like actually artistically branching out.
Right. And
these guys are just, no, fuck you, you know? But it's, again, there's a lot of low IQ talking points, like in Noveski's situation, where people are like, you know, John Noveski's turning around in his grave, or John would be pissed if he, you know, knew what his company turned out. And it pisses me off. It makes me so mad. Because I put myself in like John Noveski's shoes. If I started a company and, again, something tragic happens, I pass away, my wife, who I love more than anybody else, gets to continue my legacy or continue my company. Yeah. My children get to work at my company.
Right.
Elgin's both there. Abe does some stuff. Is that not like the sickest thing? Yeah. Like, your legacy is still being carried on.
Right.
And again, it's not like they're shitty. It's not like they're turning to Spike's Tactical. It's not like they're putting out bullshit products. The products are incredible.
Yeah.
But people just get so mad because of a pumpkin butt.
Yeah, flies gonna drive me insane. My take on most of the Noveski hate, I think normally, is most of the people haven't shot their rifles or held them.
Yeah.
Because you can knock the product being overpriced. Mm-hmm. You can certainly knock the marketing around it if it's not your vibe. That's fine. But damn, if you gave someone a free Noveski and told them, like, you know, roast it, I think you'd have a hard time. Mm-hmm. Like, first of all, it's very rare that I ever see one that just doesn't shoot lights out. Yeah. Like, their barrels are still phenomenal. As far as I know, they still get them from like Packnor or whatever.
Yes, they're still Packnor blanks.
They're still turned on the same
original
lathe.
Logan lathe.
Yes.
Like, so it's just shit like that I don't.
Yeah.
Like, it's like you're saying, everything is almost identical.
They're shooters. Like, they fucking shoot.
Yes.
I've got a 300 blackout Noveski barrel. The very first time I went out with it, I brought some bullshit AC ammo with me, which actually turned out not to be bullshit ammo because the SDs were like ridiculously low on it. But my first 4 shots out of that barrel, no joke, were like a clover leaf. And I was like, what the?
Done. Put it away.
It was insane. Like, I just did not expect to see that out of a random barrel.
Yeah.
I didn't do any, burn in or work in or like whatever. I was just
break
like,
in.
I didn't know break in. I just literally loaded some 110 grain, what I thought was bullshit range ammo in there. And it's easily the most accurate barrel that I own. So I don't know. And the overpriced thing, I think that there's a big misconception about Noveski. This is actually like a little rant that I think I would go on. I think most people look at SIG, Springfield, Daniel Defense, and Noveski and put them all in the same bucket in terms of like the size of the company.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's not until people like, it's just flies.
We need to pause and
dude, I'm gonna go insane. They have it out for me. It's like a conspiracy in the neighborhood. They wait until we open the door. They all come in. Anyway, I think that people think that it's a huge company that's like turning things on machines and assembling them and throwing them out the door.
Yeah.
And when you get a peek behind the curtain and realize how small it is, how chill the dudes are that are actually working on stuff, everything is like, quote, hand fit. But I mean, it's just that it's like, it's hand assembled, like small batches is how I would describe it. Yep. And there's something about that product when I use it that I feel like it's small batch. Like I don't feel like I'm using some mass produced, this is serial number like 136,000 that just turned off a machine, and some like, low wage worker that's not even into guns that just happens to work there because their apartment was like down the street, like assembled it, doesn't even give a crap, or whatever. So
I think that's a good point. Like people just don't have the connection.
Yeah.
And so, in our shop that I work at, we're talking, and, I love Noveske. I'm pushing my guys, hey, these rifles are awesome.
Yeah.
But our guys just didn't really have that connection, right? So they're selling other guns. But our sales rep, Alex, came out. He was here for a week, and Alex is a great guy. Alex, shout out Alex. He listens to all of our podcasts.
Oh, very nice.
And Alex spent the entire week getting to know everybody, getting to know all their names, explaining all the differences between Sons of Liberty, Noveske, SIG, and MC, whatever, right? All these differences. And then he leaves, and now all of my guys are stoked on Noveske. So I think it is that personal connection where these guys don't have it. They see it from the outside. Yeah, you hate from the outside of the club because you can't get in,
Sure.
But it's, and I feel like Noveske used to be a little gatekeepy in terms of like a cool kids club. But I don't know if I've talked about this before, but they've gotten rid of some employees. Some people have moved on, and I think this is the best. This is peak like Noveske as like an organization. I feel so good about them. The rifles are selling like crazy. Our yearly right now, I think we've doubled. Sorry, we did in 6 months what we did last year for the whole year.
Wow.
So, I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
They're up.
They're clearly selling.
Yeah. And so it's, and again, the AR-15s, the AR-15 market is so saturated.
Yeah.
You've got anybody can make an AR-15.
Yeah.
And chalk it up to being the best gun. And so, and like kind of what Kevin said in our interview, like you have to find these brands that support you and you support, and you've got to kind of build each other up.
Yeah.
And that's what I love to do with Noveske.
I saw a good post the other day where someone was talking about how the AR-15 itself is kind of a solved problem at this point. Like,
absolutely.
As a country, we have gotten insanely good at making this particular rifle for $200, $300.
Yep.
Like you can make a phenomenal AR.
Yeah.
So what's left? Okay, well, it's the culture, it's the marketing, it's the
customer
service,
brand,
the customer service. Yeah, like everything around it, everything exterior to the product almost becomes like more important because
you're purchasing into that,
right?
Yep.
And if you're not, then PSA exists.
Yeah.
And I don't like the thing that I guess I just don't understand is why is variety a bad thing? Like if Noveske's not your thing, cool. If you're hard after like Sons of Liberty, Gunworks, We the People, that kind of vibe or whatever, cool, man. That company exists.
Yeah.
If you're hard after the like, everything should only cost 5% more than what it costs to manufacture.
Yeah.
Cool. PSA exists. And they're good fucking guns.
Yes.
Like they will shoot lights out. Like no problem.
And, that kind of jumps into our later category, but it's cool. People love buying stuff, but it's even cooler to use it.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's what I want people to do.
Right.
Obviously, I exist in an industry where I have to sell stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm going to be honest and say, you don't need that. You can get this. And I think it's way cooler that you can go out and shoot, doubles at 400 yards, 500 yards, 600 yards, or you can shoot USPSA or actually using your tool.
Yeah.
And so many people get caught up in the purchasing of the gun industry. And for most people, that's what it is. They buy it and they, whatever, don't want to spend money on ammo.
Yeah.
It's just a thing that sits in the corner.
Take it home.
Yes.
And make it their internet personality.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
And that's obviously what's so funny about Corey, is he'll get on there and with a Geiselle and he's like, yeah, this gun's all right.
Yeah.
And these guys whose entire personality is being a Geiselle
which I didn't know was a thing, by the way.
Oh.
Like I didn't know that company had the vitriol or like emotional following that it does, and it kind of surprises me because it just seems like a very basic manufacturer. Like I've never heard, like they make cool triggers. I've always loved their triggers, but I don't know anything else about other than I do feel like I know that Bill, right? Bill Geiselle.
Yep.
I feel like Bill Geiselle is fairly tied up into like the CAG, like Delta Force community. So he's always done like special crap for them. Yeah. Obviously, all their HK416 rails were straight from them.
Yep.
There's some competition, and I forget what it's called, like National Match or something.
Yeah, high power or something like that.
He was like really involved in that they do as well or something like that. So that's cool. Mm-hmm. But I had no idea that they had like a fanboy culture over it.
The loudest is definitely Geiselle and then BCM. Wow. Those two are
which also BCM, I didn't know.
Yeah.
When I think of BCM, I think of like the most basic rifle company in the world that sells a shitload of podcasts sponsoring to like Ben Shapiro or something. Yes. Like that's all I know of them is like.
So you think we should get a BCM sponsor?
Speaking of which, not to completely go off subject, but I did forget I wanted to bring this up. So Forbes this week announced the salary, I guess, or the yearly take of the top 10 podcasts. Uh-huh. And I think it's important that we talk about this
because we just missed it. We're like 11th.
We're close. I just want to make sure that we have our goals set. Number 10 was 27 million a year.
Jeez.
Yeah. And number 1, of course, is Rogan. I think he's at 82 million a year. So
insane.
I just want to put that out there that until we're in that top 10 and doing at least double-digit millions a year in ad take home or whatever deal with Spotify. Yeah. So that's where we're headed.
Yeah.
I just want to make that clear.
I like that.
Okay.
Like you said, goals.
Yes, goals. It would be a little while, but we'll get there. We'll keep going.
So,
like, who the hell wants to listen to Call Me Daddy?
Call Her Daddy.
Call Her Daddy versus us.
That's true. My favorite podcast, Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast. Okay. I subscribe to their Patreon. I pay them money so I can listen to it early. That's a comedy podcast.
Okay, now that's an idea.
Well, it's pretty. We got some ideas.
One of our 8 listeners might pay us to
$3 a month.
Yeah,
and you can be on the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get back into it. So BCM, I've always considered BCM the step above Arrow.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
But again, people just act like they're just like the end all be all.
But if you
don't need anything better,
if you're a fan of BCM, what are you a fan of?
Yes, I don't know a single person.
Accurate?
Oh yeah. I guess I agree with you. I don't know. I don't know what the draw of a BCM. I mean, just that it's a high quality rifle. But I've never heard that. Like, I've never heard one thing over another. The only thing I like from BCM is their MCMR rail. I think that rail is a very good.
I hate that rail.
Oh really?
I hate.
I think it's a very good. But again, it's a budget.
It's the crazy lightweight one,
yes.
Right? That's super skinny.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of it. Right?
So I like that one, but again, I come from a different world. I don't do any cool guy stuff. I don't do night vision. So to me, it feels good in my hand.
If the only good thing that you can say about BCM is that they only charge 5% over cost, like that they're a cheap rifle.
Yes. Yeah,
isn't PSA cheaper? Like,
it definitely is.
So like again, the middleware tier is a weird tier for me. I get being all about high end stuff. I get being all about low end stuff.
What
the middle road? I'm not so sure.
What price point would you say is middle tier? Like 1,500 on the bottom end?
Yeah.
Low at high end?
Well, I feel like if I was going to go out and buy an AR and I said I wanted a low tier AR, I'm definitely sub 1K. So I'm looking at like 650, 700, 750 bucks.
And that would be like a standard like Ruger, Smith & Wesson. You can get those
or even a Colt. I don't know what they sell for these days, but I bought
Colt's
all my
around 1,000.
Yeah, all my 6920s that I bought in the late 90s, early 2000s were like $750.
Yeah.
In fact, I bought before they changed all the markings and made them worse. I bought pre-Obama scare. I bought my M4A1 SOT mod Colts at Walmart back when Walmart sold them for $650.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Like, so to me, that's a low tier. I mean, obviously I don't consider Colt a low tier AR, but
the price point,
lower tier of the market price point. And then high tier, I definitely am saying I'm looking at the 3K and above, or high 2s and above is where I would put like Knights Armament, Noveski. I don't know what Sun sells for, but I would assume they're around there. Range.
I would say most people are going to, I would say $2,000 and above is like your high tier.
Okay.
Because like Daniel's kind of a funny one because Daniel's actually been working their price down.
Yeah.
So we've got some Daniels and they'll sell them to us for like $1,200.
Yeah.
You know, or we're selling them to customers like $1,200.
But I would say they are a quantity play.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I think 100%. that they're going after like manufacturing quantity, capability, pushing out as many rifles as they possibly can. That is the opposite of what a company like Noveske does.
Absolutely.
Like
100% the opposite.
Yeah. Noveske has done enough at this point in the market that if they wanted to grow, if they wanted to scale, they could have.
Absolutely, they could.
They have chosen not to. So they are clearly, LRAD is clearly interested in staying small, family, whatever. And I'm not talking from the inside. I'm just saying, like, from the outside, I would say that that's the size they are is the size they want to be.
Yeah.
I don't see that when I see Daniel Defense.
Yeah.
I see a company that's trying as hard as they
shareholder
can
value
to just maximize. Like, last quarter we sold 1 million rifles. This quarter it better be 1.1. Like, whatever it is.
Yep. And that one is funny because, like you said, Daniel has a literal conveyor belt, and there's different stations. So there's one person whose job it is to put the vert grip on at the very end.
At the end, yes.
Or there's one person that does the gas block. And so it's like, how many guns are they doing a day?
Yeah.
So like,
and cool company. Like, I know they've done a ton for the community.
Yes.
I do know that they put a shitload of money into, like, legislation, lobbying, and stuff like that. So dope. And I'm glad they exist. I love the military heritage in terms of, like, the contracts that they've gotten. The RIS-2, obviously legendary. Like, I would say that that's, like, America's brand at this point is that chocolate brown looking short inch. Like, anytime you see that in a photo, it's like America. Fuck yeah. But it doesn't necessarily interest me. Like, and that's fine.
Yeah.
If there are people that are all about it, I'm like, great, be all about it. Cool. Like, it's cool that something is out there for you. It's cool that something's out there for me.
Yep.
I'm just not sure I understand the whole point of being like, Gallenson's Noveske Bad Moon does this event, and they're like, fuck that.
Yeah.
It's bizarre.
I don't know. And like you said, maybe I'm not in the crowd enough. They're the lower tier enough, but I don't know. I don't go online and talk shit about these other companies, but I don't know. People seem to love it.
I decided today, I actually thought about this while I was running. I think the most, like, feminine, gayest thing you can do is downvote on Reddit.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I decided that instantly, like, I almost want to ask people that when I meet them. Have you ever downvoted something on Reddit?
That's hilarious.
Because if you have, like, I think I have no interest in talking.
There's like a sound effect when you do it, and you're like, man.
It's just such a passive aggressive. Yeah, that is the sound. That is, and it should. Why don't they do that?
Yeah.
It should literally make that sound.
I like it.
Well, maybe it does. I don't know, but
I don't know. Again, I like Reddit. I think Reddit has its things.
It's got its place.
But holy shit, I scroll and I have to get off of it. Like, I don't think there's a lot of value. There's cool things about other again, photography or these other things, but I don't think the gun industry has a place on Reddit.
Good Reddit.
Yeah.
This is a good segue, talking about big tech companies and value.
Yep.
I want to talk about YouTube for a little bit. So something came up this week that fascinated me a little bit. Sony had a big camera reveal that everybody's been waiting for years now, I guess. So if you're into, like, videography, cinema photography, Sony has had kind of what I would describe as like a hobby cinema camera called the FX3. So they finally release, basically what is the FX3 Mark II, the next one, called the FX5. And of course, exactly what happens in the gun industry happens in the camera industry. There is, I don't know how many videos come out about this camera, like on day one of the release. And it's all these, YouTubers, all these YouTubers who are, like, making an entire career out of talking about this camera, right? And so this random dude, I don't know why YouTube put this in my feed, but this random dude makes this video just going off about these guys. And I come across this video, and the thumbnail was pretty funny, and the title was funny. I can't even remember what it said, but it was enough to catch me.
The best thing, or oh my gosh, It was a funny tagline. It was like the best thing they sold you since last time, or something like that.
Yes, amazing.
And what's funny is I'm not super in the camera world, but I'm getting into it. And I same thing. That video was recommended to me. Awesome. I didn't watch it because I was like, I don't care about the FX5.
Yeah. And
then you sent it to me today, and I'm like, oh shit, that's
dude,
funny.
it was the best YouTube video I have seen in a long time.
Yes.
The guy only has one other video on his channel. And of course, it's of him skating because immediately you know if the guy's cool.
Yeah,
like this is what he does. He goes around, he films with old shitty cameras, him and his friends skating. Yeah. I'm like, badass, man. Like, where is this content? It's been missing for 20 years. Anyway, so his take was he goes off on these guys because he's basically like this whole thing is just a stupid farce. Like it's like Sony pays these dudes who are talented guys in their own right. Like they can actually make good films. But they pay these guys to just read the script, and it's so stupid, you know? And he's calling out all the funny shit they're saying in the video, like, oh man, I get so excited at the new multifunction dial.
Yeah.
Like this dude's waking up and he's in the shower, you know, and he's like, God, man, that multifunction dial, I'm just so fucking lit today. I am going to get on my camera, make a movie, and I am going to smash that multifunction dial. But that's how they make it sound. It's the dumbest shit in the world.
Yeah, and he makes the same point. He's like, oh, Open Gate. He's like, you didn't care about Open Gate.
You never cared about it.
Until they paid you to say the new camera has Open Gate.
Yeah. It's so funny. He's like, you want to post on Instagram, just crop in. It's fine.
Yes. You'll be fine. Yeah.
You'll be fine.
He says the 600 pixels is saving the world.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but what was interesting is for whatever reason on X this last week or 2 weeks ago, a bunch of people in the gun community were finally getting fed up with all this YouTube shit that gets fed to us, right? So new gun comes out and immediately there's like 100 videos on this new pistol that's going to like change.
On launch day.
Yes, on launch day it's going to change the world. And I didn't know this, but apparently a ton of people out there like did not know how this worked, that like companies for advertising send it all out. They have an embargo, so they're not allowed to talk about it, you know? So basically it's like you have enough time to use the product, get to know it. Here's the stuff we'd like you to talk about. They do give them, you know, talking points. Yep. And then it's like you've got plenty of time to make the video, get the edit done, but you're embargoed on it until this day.
Yep.
And then as James Reeves from TFB TV pointed out when he posted about it, some people won't give a shit and they'll break the embargo.
Yep.
And they're basically playing the short-term game because they're saying like, hey, we're gonna get the views
on this one product. I'm gonna be the first person.
We're gonna be the first person to launch it. It's hopefully gonna bring in enough views that we'll get enough subscribers to the channel. The company's gonna blacklist us, but who the fuck cares? Yeah. Maybe it's some random 2011 company that
that won't be here in a year.
Exactly. So they play that game. But other than that, the idea is that all of these videos come out right at the same time. And for the manufacturer or the company that made it, it's a huge win.
Yes.
Because marketing wise, this is a hella cheap way to market. I mean, if you compare what you had to do 20 years ago, we're talking like paying for TV ads on the History Channel or like anybody that would actually take you.
Yeah.
Even
magazines.
Magazine, print ads in like Guns and Ammo or whatever. Even today, if you want to pull out like web advertising, you know, unless you're doing it on Infinite, hella expensive, right? So this is basically free. Like, what is the cost? You maybe let the YouTuber keep the gun. So that's, you know, what, $1,000 out of your pocket or something like that. But outside of that, it's millions of views that you're going to get on this thing. Now, the YouTubers are incentivized clearly, and this is what everyone was making the point of, is like, oh, you're just a shill. And it's like, okay, well, they're not a shill. Like, they're not being paid to say
shills get paid. There's something worse,
right? But what they are is they're incentivized to grow their channel. Like they have made a career out of just talking about a product. And the only way for them to further their career, so more views, more subscribers, more YouTube revenue or Patreon revenue or Subscribe-Star revenue or however the fuck they're making money, the only way for them to grow that is to keep making content. And the only way to keep making interesting content, because these people aren't actually shooters.
Or interesting.
Or if they do shoot, it's not good content that people want to watch,
Yeah.
is to talk about new products. So there's this feedback loop of like, you send me your thing, I say something positive about it, therefore you want to send me the next thing. Now I get to make my career off of saying stuff about the thing. You get to make your career off of making the thing. It's this great relationship. Well, who's the loser?
Yeah.
The loser in this point is all the people watching the content. It's the consumer.
Who you're building, your audience, who you are building on.
Because outside of the entertainment value, you're not getting actually good information on this thing. Like, you were telling me today about somebody you know that like watches these videos and just laughs at them because they're like, should you buy it? You know, they ask themselves questions as if somebody's asking them the question.
Yep.
So should you buy it? Yes. What if you can't afford it? Well, then you don't need it.
Then just shoot what you already have.
Right.
And like you're saying, it's this feedback loop, but it can be put into like any of these hobbies, watches, cameras, guns.
Yes.
It's just the YouTube.
Every hobby has it.
Yes. It's just kind of the YouTube way of doing business.
Yes. Okay. So the thesis of this guy's video, so I'm going somewhere. The thesis of this guy's video was in the camera world. He was basically like, just go out and shoot fucking awesome films.
Yes.
Like, make great films. Yep. And the nature of doing that, he was basically like, hey, look, if you're Sony, just fucking give the people that make the best films your camera for free. And everyone watching these amazing films, is the first thing they're going to want to know is what camera was that shot. Like, that is the most authentic, best advertising that you could possibly get, right? And I was sort of like applying that in my head as I was watching this to the gun world. And I was like, do we have a version of that? Right? Like, this whole industry is so full of posers, essentially. Like, people that just don't shoot. All they do is talk about like one product or the other, but they're not out there like, you know, at competitions or whatever. Which, by the way, something I love about you, like, legitimate, like, this is what you do. Like, you are a shooter, and nobody could say that about you. So it's great. You walk into your shop, you talk to you, get your opinion, and it's like genuine, real life. These are my split time. Like, here is my scorecard from last week of shooting this, and this is my feedback from what I got.
I'm showing you it's possible with this firearm.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that is not what's happening on YouTube. Like, these dudes are firing like, you know, a box of ammo. Maybe an exception I would give is the dude you mentioned. What is it? Sage Tactical or something like that?
Sage Dynamics.
Yeah. So
Aaron Cowan.
Yeah. He seems like he does quite a bit.
He does some really good burn downs and stuff.
And another, we talk about him way too much, but Ben Steger, another guy that I feel like I've never really seen him like shill for a gun brand. He legitimately seems like he competes.
Yeah.
He does the thing that the thing is meant to do. And then he'll give his feedback on like,
And Ben's are funny because he'll put like 20,000 rounds through a gun.
Yeah.
Like, people are begging him for his thoughts. Right. He's like, oh, I still got 10,000 more rounds to go.
Yeah.
So, and it's funny because then you've got like guys like Corey, who he's going out and like purchasing the gun on his own.
Right.
And then he's going, and obviously his review is more of a shit talk or whatever. Like, it's a surface level that, you know, these guys complain about. But it's like, realistically, you should, in my opinion, trust his opinion more than you should trust someone who the company's paying to say good things about it. Because Corey's doesn't have any skin in the game.
Right.
He's going to go out and buy it with his own money.
Right.
Just because he knows it's going to piss people off.
Yeah.
He's going to take the gun, review it, and tell you what he thinks. Yeah. And that's it. I mean, that's genuinely the same thing that other reviewers are doing. But they're like cherry coating everything, and they are blah 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 blah. You know.
Which, by the way, one of the funniest comments that I saw was someone the whole like BCM thing. Somebody was going off on him about like not being a shooter or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, man, you are way too new on the internet if that's your take.
Yes.
Motherfucker was posting his like scorecards before anybody else was. Like, I remember back in the day he was shooting like USPA, whatever the hell competition it was. He was literally legitimately like posting screenshots of his scores like every week. It blows me away that people are that new to the internet that they're like, oh, this guy's not a shooter.
Yeah.
Anyway, the question I have for you is, do you think that YouTube reviews have any value? Like, this whole culture, this feedback thing that has been created, this monster that's out there now, like what is your thought on it? Do you think it has value?
I think there is value, but there is a lot less. You have to find the good channels, and there are good people out there that have good content, that they're aware of kind of this intimate relationship you have with your audience, where you're testing something, you're recommending it or not recommending it. So it's like genuinely, and it's kind of a funny little test, but if your YouTuber doesn't take a stance, then they're just doing it for the money.
Okay.
They're just doing it for the clout or whatever to build their... But, there's going to be guys who are like, no, you should not buy this product you should trust them because that company will never want to work with them again after they say, no, you don't need this product, because it breaks that feedback loop.
Yeah.
So if your YouTuber is like, everyth's great, this is the best thing, the next best thing, next week's video is going to show you the next best thing, but this thing's the best thing right now. Like, it's so annoying.
What is it about us as a industry or culture or subculture, hobby, whatever you want to call it? Why are we rewarding this behavior? Like, why do we make these channels so big? Who is watching this and consuming this day after day after day and making this happen?
Yeah. I don't know. I think guns are they mean different things to different people. To the majority of gun owners, they're just a fun toy. They can go to the range. We were talking about 2011 owners.
Yeah.
Most 2011 owners, back in the day, were serious competitors who were trying to get all of this, the edge on their
performance,
all of it out of these platforms, and they're pushing them to the edge of reliability. But now, the main 2011 purchasers, some stockbroker who puts it into a safe or puts it on the wall.
Yeah.
So it just kind of changes, So again, like, you have friends, I have friends who are very high users of products who are going to buy something because they genuinely like how it shoots or feels or whatever in a very certain situation. But most guys it's just a hobby. It's just to spend money. It's all consumerism. It's all, maybe if I go back to the cameras, maybe if I have the new camera, I'll go out and shoot more.
Okay.
It's like, no, you can go out and shoot. You can go and, I've got guys at a competition that'll beat me with a Glock.
Yeah.
You don't have to have the expensive product to go out and do the thing.
Yeah.
So people just latch onto the thing, or they see like a great movie being filmed and they're like, what camera is that? It's like, it's not the Arrow, it's the Indian. It's the guy that's using the product that you should be looking at.
So a point he made in that video actually was he was giving feedback to the guy that said, would I have shot as many films if I hadn't gone out and got this like new camera that inspired me? And I was kind of like, that's a fair point. Like, whatever, if you're into the consumerism thing, which I am, like I am a consumer.
Everybody is.
Yeah. Yeah. To the day I die, I will be a consumerism person. Like, it's just a part of who I am. Yeah. Appreciate engineering. I love buying like well-designed, thoughtful, intentional things. So I was like, okay, I get that. Like, if you buy something that inspires you to do the thing, fair enough. This guy was kind of going off on that, saying like, that's not helpful to tell people that.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm not sure where I land on that. But again, trying to apply that to our culture, I wasn't sure if that applies. Like, do people buy whatever, a Noveski, a Geiselle, a Sun's gun over a BCM, and that does actually inspire them to get out more and shoot more because they're so happy about the thing that they bought?
Yeah. They
want to shoot more. If yes, then awesome.
Yes, I definitely, I guarantee there are people that are that way. And, I agree with you. I consume. And so for me, it's cameras. I had bought like some $1,000, EOS or Canon EOS R10.
Yeah.
And I hated it. Not because it didn't take a good photo, but I was like embarrassed. I have like an imposter syndrome kind of thing.
Sure.
So to me, I was like, okay, well, this EOS is not doing what I want. Obviously it is. I just am not using it. But I'm like, well, I need a Sony. That's what all the cool guys are using, know? And so I refused to shoot on my Canon because I just felt dumb. I felt poor, whatever.
Yeah.
So then I go out and I bought my Sony. And I was like, okay, I'm going to get an A7 S3. That's, one of my buddies has one. It's a good price point. I'll try that. And then I start convincing myself. I'm like, well, the 3's a little bit older. Maybe I'll get a 4. It's only a couple $100 more.
Yeah.
The 4's newer. There's going to be better features. There's going to be a multiple dials, whatever the bullshit is. And then I'm like, well, if I'm already spending, it was $1,800, now I'm spending two. The A7S5 is only a couple hundred, so I kind of inch myself to that like edge of where I'm like, okay, this is an irresponsible decision, but I bought my Sony A7 IV, so it's a brand new one, and now I love it. I love taking photos. I love trying to create content.
So it did work.
It did work for me in that
feel like you're
situation.
Shooting
Absolutely.
Okay.
So it definitely happens, and I do like it. I think there's ways that it can inspire people, but I think the gun world's a different one because, well, I don't know. Because in the video you talked about, the guy says this, right? He goes, oh, maybe if I had 8K, whatever, 2080, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. He goes, but then people are putting blur on it, grain on it.
Yeah.
Like they're buying this like such a nice thing.
Yeah.
So it can translate to rifles. You're buying this $3,000 rifle, but you're shooting 25 yards.
You're shooting trash.
You're shooting trash.
Yeah,
you're
shooting
mag
trash
dumping.
at the berm.
Yes, you're mag dumping into trash.
Right.
You can mag dump into trash just as good with a $400 rifle as a $3,000 rifle.
Yeah.
So it really is you as a person.
Yeah.
And so yeah, some people love the consumerism. They just want to buy things. And that's fine. That's totally fine.
There's a particular, I don't even know what to call it, like personality style of people kind of being like rebellious against that whole nature, where they purposely get the shitty thing.
Like Corey with PSA.
Sure. And then do amazing work with it.
Yeah.
It reminds me of you when you were competing with your Smith & Wessons, like your M&Ps.
Absolutely.
That I loved that.
Yes.
Because it's like, dude is legit throwing up scores with like a bone stock, pretty much bone stock, like M&P, where dudes next to him are like, $7,000 race gun 2011 and not hitting the scores.
And it is funny. I didn't even think about it in that sense, but it's like I bought the expensive gun. I bought the $3,700 gun, shot it, and I was like, man, I'm kind of bored of this. But, I could have gone either way. I could have bought a more expensive gun and gotten back into the hobby, but I bought a cheaper gun and found that I can do the same thing. It's the performance that's what matters.
Got it.
So I don't know. I
want to see like where this YouTube thing ends up.
Yeah.
Like, are we at the beginning of a thing that's going to run its course and everyone's going to get sick of it? Or is this really a thing that from here on out, these entire channels are going to exist with like millions of subscribers who all they do is like take a company's thing, their bullet points, and be like,
they're just letting Sony or Nikon just like stick a hand up their butt,
and
like use them
like
as a
puppets.
mouthpiece. Yeah, literally, they're puppets.
Yeah. Which is whatever. I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm like, what's the difference at that point? If you go work for Sony or work for Daniel Defense or work for whoever is putting out these pistols, and you work for their marketing department and they pay you a salary. Yep. I mean, at least if you're doing the YouTube thing, like you own your own business, like you're, semi-entrepreneurial, like, okay, maybe that's better.
Yeah.
I guess I'm fascinated by the culture that supports it, that keeps it going.
Yeah. I think you've got to, as a consumer, as a watcher, I guess, of these channels, you've got to understand that most of the content you watch is an ad.
Yes.
And then there's guys that do not create an ad, and they are actually doing something, or they're shooting. Again, it doesn't matter. They could be shooting.
And those are hard to find.
Yes.
Yeah.
And dime a dozen, wait, that's not even the right.
Opposite of that.
Exactly.
2 cents a dozen is what you're looking for.
Like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you could find a guy who there's one guy Instagram account that I know, and he does like the craziest competitions. They're down in Texas, and it's like these like ultra marathon, like run, swim, all in kit, and he's like shooting it with like a BCM or some other like bullshit rifle. And it's the coolest content ever to watch.
Yeah.
Because he's not trying to sell you a BCM, but he's like showing you, hey, I go and do this incredibly hard thing, and this gun works, and this is what I use.
Yeah.
He could use anything. So I think watching YouTube that is so much more intentional and creates either a story. I mean, you've got to really pay attention to who you give your time to.
Yeah. To me, not to completely tie it back into the clone community, but let's be honest, everything comes back to the clone community.
It needs to.
This is actually what gave me a little bit of like credibility to that community the more that I thought about it, because I thought, you know, in response to this guy's video, I had even left a comment on it. I was like, man, you're right. Like when I watch a good film, it was one of the first things I do is I'm like, what lenses were used on this film? Like I have to know, just from a technical perspective, I need to understand what it took to create this, you know, that I'm looking at. If I ever want to be able to create this look, obviously it's the, what's the saying? It's the Indian, not the arrow or whatever. Yeah. Obviously it's the Indian. Obviously the director has talent. They've got the eye for it. They've got the, you know, like they're making the decisions on the color grading. They're not just using some plugin or whatever. But still, there is a technical level behind the gear itself that I just have in, again, as a consumerist, I have to know like what lenses created this look, right? So I go look that up, and I was thinking about that as it relates to the shooting community. And I was like, okay, I haven't necessarily paid attention to the competition market. So it's not like I go watch like, you know, Ben Steger or even like Jerry Michalek or somebody. And I'm like, damn, they're so good at shooting. I need to find out what they use. Yeah. But it's exactly what I did do with military rifles. There's something about like, I don't give a shit about some random YouTuber's opinion whose entire job is nothing more than receiving something in from a company, saying some bullet points about it, shooting it with some good camera angles, and then giving some opinion, I guess. Versus the thing that's cool about the clone community is like these fucking rifles get used. Like these rifles got, you know, whatever, like during the global war on terror, they didn't have a choice. Like this is what they were. This is the kit that they got. They went and kicked indoors for, you know, decades on end using a 416 or using a, you know, Mark 18 Mod 1 or whatever. Those things put in work. And so there's something about like the credibility for me that gives that rifle over some bullshit like company that's like, you know, not to name names, but like there's a few of them here in town. They're like, oh yeah, we're the best AR manufacturer. And it's like, what credibility do you have to that? Because I want to see people who have put in work with that rifle. And, you know, unfortunately, like there's the competition side, obviously, but outside of that, like put in work really means like who has used your rifle to go kill people. If I'm going to purchase that rifle and trust the performance of that rifle, like what has it done? And I think that's where like, at least, you know, the people that I'm friends with in the clone community, we laugh a little bit when people are like, oh man, there's so much stuff better out there these days than a Mark 18 or whatever. And it's like, better in what way? Yeah. Like they worked, you know, they weren't malfunctioning. They did just fine. What is better? Like it shoots smoother at what cost? Like reliability? Well, how do you know? Have you shot it in the ice, in the snow, in the...
When was your last time to Kuwait?
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, shout out to my clone boys out there. But it was the more that I thought about it, I was like, there actually is something about that in the clone community, which is like, there's obviously the LARPing angle, which gives a lot of like, you know, hate online. But there is something about like, you know, if I pick up a Mark 18 Mod 1 configured rifle, I don't know, I trust it. Like there is credibility behind what it's been through versus some bullshit YouTube opinion that I don't know that guy from Adam. I don't know actually, you know, I put 5,000 rounds through this. Did you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can't verify that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, the YouTube stuff's fun. It is a funny, cause it's good. You know, you're watching your shows, you're on the toilet, you get to pull up a good YouTube video. Like you just can't take it too seriously. You should know what it is at the end of the day. If somebody's showcasing a new product, they're trying to sell it to you.
That was the surprising thing, I think, is just how many people on that thread that James was responding to, like Ian chimed in too, and he was like, you know, let's be real at this point. If I say anything positive, I'm shilling. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, really? Like, that's the feedback? Like, if you've watched his content over time, like, you know, he's a pretty authentic person. Yeah, I guess I was just a little surprised at how many people were completely unaware that that's how this works. That it is a literal ad. Like, you know, there is no other way to say it. It's an ad. The company is paying, whether it's an actual fee or whether it's sending them the gun, or it's not even if they don't let them keep it, the exclusive access to the thing earlier than everyone else gets it so that they can drop their content on the same day that everyone else does is by the very nature the payment.
Yeah.
Like
the exposure.
That is the thing that gets their channel growing, and their channel growing is the thing that gets them paid. So it is a monetary transaction, however you want to look at it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, there are some great YouTubers out there. And how do you feel about do you ever watch Brass Facts videos?
Yeah, I've watched Brass Facts.
I do like Brass Facts. I think he's a good one.
Yeah. Him and Hop do a lot of content together.
And they're a funny one because they, I feel like, appeal to that crowd.
You can never say anything negative about Hop because he's a tall guy like me.
Yes.
And we don't live very long. I don't know if you've noticed that. Like, how many old tall people do you know? Not many.
That's true.
We have a life expectancy that's like pretty low. So we kind of stick together. Anyway, 6'5" guys out there will know what I'm talking about. Hop's like 6'5", so
none of us 5'7" guys.
Well, you're gonna get like 10 years after I kick the bucket. You'll still be around. So,
but I can't reach high up.
Whatever, man. Small price to pay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Really, what this all boils down to, you shouldn't be watching anybody else on YouTube besides No Low Balls. I Know What I Got.
Yeah, that's right.
That's kind of the
second worst podcast on the internet. That's what you should be spending your time on.
Yes.
Well, sweet dude. Good discussion. I'm stoked about next week. It's going to be fun. Got a little bit of another surprise guest for everybody.
We should do some teasers on the Instagram or something.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And other than that, been a good week. Thanks for
our most controversial guest yet.
I don't know. Maybe. I guess it will be.
I'm gonna rile him up.
Why is my dog barking?
He heard that our guest is coming.
He's really upset about it. Actually, he loves them, but. All right, dude.
Great.
Thanks again for the convo, and we'll see everybody next week.
Yes. Shout out the viewers. I love reading the comments.
We did get a few more comments this last time, so that was cool. Appreciate everybody for that.
Let us know if we talk about Noveski too much. I don't know if you paid attention to the one Instagram. That was pretty funny. On Kevin's talking about how Noveski's the best. Our likes were like 80.
Okay.
There was like 40 comments.
Nice.
Like it was a crazy high engagement. Nice. So it's good. It's great. Cool. We love it. Well, thanks for letting us be here.
I don't know what other companies to talk about. I know I'm missing some AR companies out there, but I don't know who to cover.
There's just not enough. Let's get more AR companies.
I guess we can talk about Q at some point.
Okay, I like Q.
That's a good controversy. And then
maybe that's a good one with our next guest.
Yeah. You know what we need to do? There's this like whole theme in the in the watch market of micro brands, right? So there's all like the big brands out there, and then there's like micro brands that are like small batch, nobody knows about them, they're kind of starting their own thing. We need to find like the best micro brand AR and pistol manufacturers and have like a whole episode covering like what we think are the micro brand. Like who should you be paying attention to that in 10 years is not going to be a micro brand anymore?
Yes.
I'd be interested in.
I think we should structure it a little bit better.
Okay.
I got some feedback. I already texted you. We need to talk about clones more.
Okay.
The viewers consider JB God.
I can talk about clones until everybody falls asleep. I guarantee you that.
So tell us in the comments. Do you want full clone episodes? I can't contribute, but I like listening to JB talk about it.
You can contribute some.
Or should we have like a 5-minute spot? This is the clone of the week, the clone of the month.
Yeah, we could drop some fun info for sure. So, all right, cool, dude. We'll catch up next week.
Yes,
Thanks
sir.
everybody for tuning in, and we'll chat soon. Cheers.
Cheers.